Very much. So he's my childhood hero, and I think he's the hero of the half of the football world, at least because he was incredible. But something Messi is doing in the 21st century, I think it's unbelievable. He was not only the good coach or good football player, he was a very good innovator in the football scene. In Barcelona as well, in Ajax as well, in everything in the Netherlands, in Holland.
Hello and welcome to our second interview. Our guest for today is Revaz Arveladze. He has played for the Georgian national team, Dinamo Tbilisi, and has played in the Belgian League and the Bundesliga. He was the Secretary General of the GFF and has managed Georgia's U21 team, Lokomotiv Tbilisi and Dinamo.
Right.
So let's get into the first question. How was your experience as a footballer influenced your approach to sports management?
So was really it was really difficult step to finish to play football. Unfortunately, I was too young when I stopped to play football. It was in beginning of 2001. I think we end the competition at 2000 season, and then immediately I get the offer from the owners of Dinamo Tbilisi to be the head coach. At that time, I was really thinking to play football in the United States. It was around 22, 23 years ago, so it was really very interesting for me to be there. But at the meantime, so I got an offer from the club, and I decided to be the coach. So I started to be the coach there. So in my favorite team, because you all know so how big is Dinamo for us, everybody, for the players, for the spectators, for the fans, for the society. So it's the best club in Georgia so ever. So the people love him very much, and me as everyone. So I love this team also very much. So I was happy to be agree and to get this job. So I started to be the coach there. Then, as you mentioned, I have several teams, including the under 21 Georgian team. So I get my license that time in Germany, the coach license. But in 2005, I decided to go to the management to rule some, how to say, to go to the Georgian Football Association. And step by step, I became the general secretary. So I was ruling. I was doing my job around 7 years, 8 years. Really very interesting job. So, but I would like to mention that all the staff, so to play football, to be the coach, and to work as a general secretary and the vice president. It's all included, so it's always football. So I was very close to the pitch, I was very close to the game, I was very close to the development, so it was really very interesting.
As a former high-level player, what do you consider the most crucial aspect of managing a football team or club successfully?
If you are asking about the coaching, I think there are several type of the coaches, and I will say that I can respect all of them if finally they have a result or they will reach their goals when they start to be the coach. In the part of the ruling and the managing the team or the national team or the organization who is taking care about the football. Finally, I think that the results are most important in the sports, especially in the football, because, because, uh, 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 because, everything is coming from the result. You know, if you look at the Champions League or European competition or the World Cup, the people are the teams and the national association. They're getting a lot of money if they are more successful than in other ones. So the results for me is number one. The second, we all want that a lot of kids and a lot of new generation players, we increase the quantity of them. So let's say we start to work when in Georgia 20,000 kids they play football, or we have 20,000 football players in country, the men and the women, young boys and the young girls. But another goal is that we would like to have them more and more, because football is the most popular and most great game in the world. So if I am correct now, if I'm right now, so around more than 1 billion people are directly or not directly involved in this game, you know. Some of them they play football, some of them they are coach, they are staff, they're in management, they're in clubs, they're in associations, and so on. And also, when you are in football, so you also have to take care about the infrastructure of the football, because we all need the better stadiums, the better training pitches, and I don't know, everything what the football needs. Better doctors, better masseurs, better management, better coaching, and so you have to do everything. So it depends what you are doing, where are you doing, and from which position you are doing. So when you are on the top of the management, you can, of course, take care about everything. But to put one goal after each, I think football is the sport, and sports number one, and we all need the results. This is number one. Then we want to increase the quantity of the players. Third, and also very important, we have to take care about the infrastructure and all the stuff the football teams and the players need. I mean, the doctors and so on and so on.
So I know you ran for presidency of the GFF. So what motivated you to run for presidency, and what changes did you envision for the organization when you?
You see, the position of the president of football association in football, I think it is the position number one. So whatever, when you are secretary general or you are vice president, so of course you can do a lot, but when you are the president, your power and your position is something different. So the things which I tell you in the previous question, I answered that the priorities are something I count. So this was the main reason that I want to increase all, to make it better, you know, to put all my power and all my network and all my view about football to make it better, to make this game better for especially for Georgian teams, for the Georgian national teams. And of course it's my life, and I love this game and I love this job. It's my favorite job ever. So that's why. So there was a very normal decision from my side to run for the president. But unfortunately, don't worry.
I want to know, what do you think is the main problems in Georgian football right now and during your time in office?
So the problems, there are a lot of problems, and not only in the Georgia, you know. So I can tell you a lot of countries, even the European countries, South American countries, where the people play football also very good. So, and there are a lot of people playing football. So they also cannot reach some goals, so some trophies. It's not easy question, It's not easy question. So we need everything to be better, We need the better players. We need the more players. We need the better infrastructure. Of course, we need the more sponsors or more money. How do you want to say so? More investment in the football, But today I think what we really want it's much better infrastructure for the kids, for the young generation, and the stronger football clubs, football schools, and the football clubs as well.
Okay.
And one more reason. In my childhood, of course, it was the Soviet time. It was a different style of the life, and we don't have much to do outside, So now it's a different life. So it's a better life for you and your generation. But we play less football outside. We play less football in the street today. And there are a lot of reasons why. But this is one of the reasons also that we get last 20-25 years another problems in the football.
The next question is, in your opinion, what role does effective leadership play in the development and success of football at both national level and when a person is starting out?
Of course, for every single football player, the level of the school, the level of the young national teams, I think, U17, under 19, under 21, and also on the profi football players, it's very important to have some examples, that the people they are listening. Even the countries, so big football countries like Germany and like the Holland they have also the role models, So the Dutch players, the Dutch football, they have 2-3 person, then they always follow them, they always listen to them. So let's start with the Rinus Michels in the 70s. It's a new style of the football. He was not only the good coach, but he was the model for the next generation, because they speak a lot. They listen to him a lot. Then was Johan Cruyff, that he was, the great person. So he was not only the good coach or good football player, he was a very good innovator in the football scene. In Barcelona as well, in Ajax as well, in everything in the Netherlands, in Holland, was associated with the Johan Cruyff. So let's say in Germany, so 60 million people living in Germany, and then Franz Beckenbauer was always the important guy for them. So they always represent. He always represents his country on the top levels. So to compare it somehow with the Georgian football, so of course the role of the leadership and the people are also very big. I think it's very important.
So, just 2 questions left. So, when you worked at the Georgian Football Federation, what kind of help did UEFA and FIFA provide to improve Georgian football, like funding and?
FIFA and UEFA is very important organizations in the footballs. I was really happy to work with them. especially in my time in UEFA, Michel Platini was the president of UEFA. So, great person, very, very good president, with all his staff, So, his general secretary now, today, it's the FIFA president, Gianni Infantino, doing also a lot for the football. All the federations in the world, they get a lot from FIFA and from UEFA, especially the European associations. They get from UEFA and also from FIFA. But FIFA is the one who has several confederations: African, South American, Oceania, CONCACAF, and so on. So, in the they have a very good fund. They give a lot of money for the associations. They give a lot of knowledge. They give a lot of infrastructure. They're giving money for the stadiums, for the training camps. Of course, they make a lot of meetings with the management. They make a certificate for the football management on the low level, on the middle level, and then the top level as well. Of course, they do a lot in the case of the refereeing. They make top job for the referees on the level of the associations. What else they are doing? They are providing you the kits, the balls, and all kind of this stuff, and what you really need for the coaching, for the process of the coaching. They bring you the sponsors as well, TV rights, and they try to make you better. So this is important. This is important organizations for you.
So let's move on to the last question. How do you think, has sports management in Georgia improved over the last decade or regressed?
So they don't regress, for sure. Don't regress. Because there are several institutes, universities, that they start to do something with the sports management. The Georgian Football Association is also doing some kind of the management courses. We call it CFM, DFM, something like this. And as I mentioned in the previous questions, FIFA and UEFA are also giving a chance to improve. In this case, you also need some kind of the experience, something like the coach licensing. 20 years ago, nobody was asking you to have to be the licensed coach. Now you have to have the paper that you are a pro-licensed coach. Otherwise, you cannot work on the head coach position. So I think in the nearest future, so we're going to have more and more people who has education from those institutes or universities, or they will get their license at the top managements or the middle kind of managements. I think for sure that it's not regressing. Maybe it's not running very fast up, but step by step, it's much better.
Mm-hmm. And one bonus question: who is your favorite player and team?
Now it's Messi, for sure. So the only question in my life, it's who is the better football player, Messi or Maradona. So, and I finally found some kind of the decision for myself. And I said that I love Maradona more, but I think I like Messi as a football player more, but they are very very close to each other. They are Argentinian. They both are number 10. They both are left foot. But Maradona is absolutely different person. Messi is absolutely different person. I love Diego very much. So he's my childhood hero, and I think he's the hero of the half of the football world, at least, because he was incredible. But something Messi is doing in the 21st century, I think it's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable.
Okay, well, thank you so much to our guest, Revaz Arveladze, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.